welcome to the video. Today's one is going to be all about the review of the Predator 20.1 Mutators. Brand new boots, I just literally got them. This is the first time trying them out. So I'm going to start off at home. I'm going to talk through a few things that I like, a few things that I dislike. Also, before we get into the video, don't forget to head over to my Instagram, follow me on Instagram at jackblake_94. I'm posting daily workouts. I also really like talking to you guys on DMs, the feedback you guys give me on videos, and then also advice that I can give you. We're nearly at 10k, so give me a follow on there. And then also, while the intro is going on, if you could take 2 seconds, just hit that subscribe button down below. We're nearly at 50,000 subscribers, which is crazy. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Right, so here we have it. Here's the bad boys, the ADIDAS Predator Mutators. These are, I wear a US size 10 and I've not even tried them on yet. First impression of these is the design I really like. You know, I've always, when I was growing up, wearing black boots, but then as I've got older, I kind of like a bit of jazz, a bit of flash in there. So I really dig the design. One thing I also really like about these is, first of all, what's really noticeable is you have these, and if you can hear the grip on them. Now, the concept and idea behind it is to make your first touch, control, passing, everything more controlled and give you a little bit more grip. Now, I've always used to wearing the Predator, so if I compare that to my old boot, so this is the old boot, I actually won the USL Championship in these boots, and these are one of my favorite boots to wear. So the biggest difference that I notice is the grip. Obviously you have the grip here, and if I compare that to my old Predator, then there's not much grip here at all, if anything. Whereas here on the brand new Predators, you can hear the grip. Now I'm not sure if that's going to make a difference, but I do kind of like that cool design. Gives you a little more of effect, maybe of control, also control on your passing, but mainly probably on your first touch. But I really do like that, and I'll be interested to see as well when we go out onto the field how that feels. You know, because I've been used to wearing ones without the grip, so I'll be interested to see how that feels. As relation to other sides of the boots, if I go to the underneath, as you can see, I've worn these so much. Slightly different shape on the studs, but all in all very similar. And one thing I noticed as well is on the back there's a little more grip here. It feels a little more protected than these, but that may be because I've worn these a little more than I've never worn these. I've not actually even tried these on. They also do come in a different colorway, so I also got these delivered, and yeah, I like these design. And I'll probably just, what I like to do with my boots is I wear these, if these are my game day boots, I'll wear these on a game day, and then I'll usually train in these. Now the only difference is the colour. They're exactly the same boot, but I'll probably wear these in training just because I like these a little better. So then if we compare the weight of the two, to be honest, very similar, but the new ones feel slightly heavier. I'm wondering if it's because, you know, the added material here, maybe the added protection at the back, and also because they are newer. I mean, it may not seem a big difference, but because there are more material at the bottom, because these have worn down a little more, may make it a bit lighter. One thing also is the sock. On newer boots generally feels a lot softer. These are a lot harder because you've worn them more, been out in the heat more, but all in all the sock's very similar, if not exactly the same as the old Predator. I've always been a fan of Predators ever since I was young. It was only recently, only a couple of years ago, that they started to introduce the sock. At first it took me a little getting used to, because it was obviously unusual, not something that had happened before, and I was a little uncomfortable. I felt like restricted range of motion in here, but then the more I wore them, I kind of got used to them, and I just enjoyed that bit of support higher up. I think anyone that's had maybe like ankle issues in the past, I don't know if that sock, maybe it's a mental thing, but it gives that added just a little bit of support. So all in all, not much I'd change about the design. I think both the black and red ones are sick, and these ones as well. Like I said, I like a bit of jazz on them, but we won't know how they feel until we get out into the training field, so let's take them for a spin. So here they are, Predator Mutators, here back on the Theatre of Dreams. And yeah, so I haven't even tried these on yet. Like I said, I'm a size 10. I do know that these fit slightly different, so it'd be interesting to see how they feel. So yeah, let's get into them. One trick I always do as well is, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like when my laces get too long and the laces are sort of bouncing everywhere. So if you are doing this at home, please be careful. I've been doing this years, so I can do it with all my feet, but if it's easier, take off the laces. And if you're young, obviously don't do it on your own, get your parents to do it. So what I like to do with my boots is I cut the laces at the end. So I'll get them to exactly where I want them, roughly about here. And then this added bit here, I always like to cut. So once I know the cutting length of one, I also know the cutting length of this one, exactly the same. Keep them even. And like I said, I've been doing this years. I do it with every pair of boot, so I can do it with my foot in the boot. But when you cut these sort of fray, so to stop the fray, just like the end of them. Okay, so like I said, if you're doing that at home, please be careful. If you're young, do not do it on your own. But yeah, this is what I do to every pair of boots. Just gives me that little more, I don't know, just tighter feeling. Also, I don't like these like dangling everywhere. So once I do one shoe, I'll do the other. And then yeah, looking forward to trying them out. So initial reaction from trying them on, definitely feels tight here, and a little more room here. So you can see I can like pinch it a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see how it feels like when I'm changing direction, if there's any crazy movement. The main thing for me when looking for a boot is the support comes from around the ankle, the heel, and the side of the foot. Everything feels firm. I'm not too concerned about any sort of room up in there. But yeah, let's get it. So, finished having a little bit of fun with the ball there. From my first impression of them is that yes, there is a lot of room around the front area, but that's not to say that it's not comfortable. If anything, it's slightly more comfortable because it's less tightness around the foot. Having said that, if you do have really narrow feet or smaller feet, this boot may not be the one for you. But I think they're really comfortable. We're going to go into a drill, which for me, I always do when I get new boots, and it's the drill that I love to do because it tests first touch, it tests turning, dribbling and passing, all in one drill. So we've got a box in the middle, 4 balls on each cone, and then we've got 4 mini goals. So the idea is I'm going to grab a ball, kick it in the air, bring it down, and then take as many touches as I need, but try and get it under control as quick as possible, and then pass it into a mini goal. Then grab the next ball, pass it into a spare mini goal, and then the drill should be finished when I've got all 4 balls in all 4 goals. So let's get into it. So not only is this a good drill for testing out boots for the first time, because it gets that first touch, range of passing, also dribbling and awareness. It's really good for centre midfielders. So I do this drill a lot. If you watch the people at the top level, your Kevin De Bruyne's, your Luka Modric, your Sergio Busquets, your Iniestas, they all have that composure when the ball's in the air. They have that awareness. They know exactly what they're doing with the ball when they're doing it. And so yeah, I'm gonna go through this drill. I'm gonna try to talk through what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling. So yeah, let's get into it. So when I kick it up, the first thing I'm concentrating on is where I want to take it. So this side and the goal. And then also, when testing out new boots, I like to work on different surfaces. So bring that in. And then also a weaker foot, so I'll use my left foot for this one. And then last one, inside. So it's a great drill for improving that technical ability, testing out new boots, and then also just for centre midfielders. Even if you're in other positions as well, just working on that first touch, awareness, where you want to move the ball, because that's not an easy drill. When the ball's in the air like that, especially if it's windy or there's no spin on the ball, it can be very difficult. And as you can see, a little bit out of breath. So if you are enjoying this video and other ones that I've done, please hit that like and subscribe button. Take 2 seconds to just hit that subscribe button down below. I'm so close to 50,000 right now, I can taste it. So thanks again for all the support with the channel, and also don't forget to follow me on Instagram at jackblake_94. I'm posting daily workouts. Also I get a lot of DMs from you guys, so I'm trying to reply to those as much as I can. Subscribe, follow me on Instagram. Also don't forget to comment down below. Let me know if you like this colorway, if you like Adidas, if you prefer another brand, maybe Nike, Puma, or if you like this colorway or the red and black one. But comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Always interested in seeing your comments. Lastly, just to finish the video, at first when I put them on, I was a bit like, I said to Andy, I was like, feel a little bit loose, a little bit, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right because there's a lot of space like around here. I wouldn't say I have narrow feet, I wouldn't say I have big feet. I just kind of felt a lot of room here, but it was very tight here and quite comfortable. So then when I started to touch the ball, feel a little bit more, similar to how when I first adapted to using the stock. Didn't dislike it, I didn't like it, it was just something else that I had to get used to, I think. And then by the end of the session, once I get a feel, they're actually really comfortable. The only thing that is a little weird is when I was controlling the balls from the sky, from high up, and I did control it on these, there's a little bit more bounciness with this. And I felt like I had to adjust how I was controlling the ball a bit. Other than that, everything else, the grip was good, the support around the ankle felt really good. Like I said at the start of the video, anyone that has ankle problems, I would recommend getting the Predator sock. There are numerous different Adidas products out there, and different boots. I would say the Predator is for midfielders, because I think midfielders have that control, range of passing, striking a ball, and I just think that this is a perfect boot for a midfielder. Once again, comment down below what you guys think. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed watching my boot review of these, my advice on boots in the future, and I'll see you on the next one.